As a self-reporting tool, we want to give you options to add context, to add texture, and to add professionalism to your reports. One of the ways to do that is through a donut chart. So I'm going to click on the donut chart here. Whereas a bar chart and a column chart a lot of times can have disparate data as long as it's on a similar scale. It's going to go left to right, up to down. A donut chart is usually the sum of parts. So maybe it's the missed questions, the correct questions, and the skipped questions together. So let's display that via a donut chart. So let's say we have some skipped items, we have some incorrect items, and let's just pretend like this is our correct items. I'm going to change the scale so that we see skipped, correct. Sorry, this is incorrect, and correct on our custom layouts. You don't have to do this. It just usually looks a little better so you don't see the underscores. I don't want 3 black lines. If I click finish here, I'm going to see 3 black pieces of a donut chart. Not super helpful. So for skipped items, why don't we make this yellow? And for correct items, why don't we make it green? And for incorrect items, we'll make it red. So now our donut chart comes to life. You can see how many they got right, how many they skipped, and how many were incorrect. You can 3D this graph. You can put a border around it. Let's put a solid, I guess roughly black border around it. And you can see then what that chart might look like. Other options that you can see maybe around background color. Maybe you want to, this is going to look a little bit silly, but maybe you want a gray background that goes sort of left to right on the gradient scale. You can see then what that looks like. So it looks suspended behind a background. You can set a background image behind the donut chart if you need to, but this is a great way to display information. So I'm going to click on the eyeball right here, and I'm going to generate some random values so my donut chart's not going to sum up to be 100 as you might expect, or 50, or whatever your total number of items are. But you can see it has now displayed skipped, incorrect, and correct. So the donut chart, just another way to show information. Instead of up and down or left to right, maybe you want to show the sum of its parts. Great way to visualize that type of data.